Next mantra is Anumaka number 10, mantra number 5. Mano mahantam utamano arbhakam mana ukshanta utamana ukshitam mano vadhe pitaram motamataram priyamana tanuvo rudraririshaha. The essence of this is, who are the people who are most dear to us? Actually, the most dear ones to us are our relatives. What about many friends, acquaintances, classmates, co-workers, right? All of them just pass through our lives. Just review your own life. So many people with whom we will become very close, with whom we will share our most intimate secrets. All those people will be coming and going. And then only people who will last throughout our lifetime is actually our relatives. But then, strangely, we have the most conflicts, most misunderstandings, most fights with our closest relatives. Look at the paradox. Those people who will come and go in our lives, we develop very good relationships. Those people with whom we have to live throughout our lives, then with them you cannot get rid of them, but at the same time we will be constantly having conflicts with them. So this mantra is, you reset your priorities. You make an effort to nourish all your relatives. And for that sake, seek the blessings of Shiva to give you the right kind of frame of mind, so that you will pay the same attention and the same care to your relatives also that you would give to the best of your friends. Now imagine the beauty of the life. All those people who are your friends, who come into your life, go out of their way to make our life good. Isn't it? Now, if the same kind of relationship was developed with our relatives also, at home you are very happy, comfortable, and you get all the services you need, and you give them all the services you want to, and then same thing you get from your friends also. So, this is one of the best methods of starting on our project of Sarvabhutastham Atmanam Atmanam Ye Anupashyati. So if we have to see ourselves in everyone and everyone in ourselves, a very beautiful field to operate and to experiment is to make sure our relationships with our relatives is established properly. And that won't happen overnight, but it takes time. It takes time, effort, and prayer. So this mantra sets tone to that lifestyle. So whenever we use this mantra to pray for them, then what happens? Our attitude towards them will change. So use this mantra, especially having the most cantankerous relative that you have in your mind, and then do the meditation on their behalf. Then what happens is, slowly our attitude towards them also changes. So if you look at the life of the sage Bhrigu, this Bhrigu was one like that. He is very quick to temper. You have seen how he goes and kicks even Mahavishnu. And then he is Bhrigu Kacha, the Bhrigus and the Bhargavas, me included. We are all supposed to be very quick to temper. So, but then it is Bhrigu Maharshi who realizes all this, and in this mantra he prays using the Jagati Chandas to one leader of most disparate group of entities who are the followers of Lord Shiva, Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, Shiva's attendants are all wild, violent bunch. If you look at the Purana, Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha, Shakini, Dakini, right? Is that not the perfect definition of all our relatives? So he makes sure the leader of this group, who are attendants of Shiva, one leader, one Ganapati, that Ganapati is called Nandi. That Nandi is the one who holds together all these violent bunch of followers of Shiva. So this Nandi, the Rudra in the form of Nandi is the Devata here, is the god of, is the lord of this mantra. And Bhrigu, again one of the most violent sages who mellows as his meditation continues, is the sage of this mantra, and therefore obviously whenever we have to make sure our relationships with people have to improve, you can use this mantra for repetition as a japa, so that all such acrimonious relationships are all reset. So then he is not satisfied with only that much. He picks up the closest of our relatives who give the hardest of the time for us. First and foremost is Naha Mahantam. Mahantam means it is all our elders. So it starts from our parents. They are the ones with whom we have the most difficult time. So Mahantam means our elders, our parents. Ma Ririshaha. O Rudra, do not cause any afflictions to them. So you will see in this mantra a refrain, Mari Rishaha, Mari Rishaha, Mari Rishaha. What is the meaning of this mantra? That means do not cause any afflictions for them. What are all the afflictions that can come? Runa. Runa means getting into a lot of debt. Roga, that is sickness. Daridrya, penury. Papa, having a lot of sins. Kshu, hunger. Apamrityu, untimely death. Fear, bhaya. Sorrow and sadness, shoka, and then mental stress and mental differences of opinions, manastapa. So Runa, Roga, Daridra, Kshuhu, Apamrityu, Bhaya, Shoka, Manastapa. All these let our parents and elders be free from this. So first prayer for our elders. Uta, in Vedic Sanskrit, Uta means and. Naha Arbhakam, our children, who are the next set of entities with whom you have conflict right from childhood. It lasts right from childhood, right up to the end. You will have difference of opinion and then fight with children. So now we are asking same thing for our children also. Naha Arbhakam. Arbhaka in this sense is tender age of our children. Naha Ukshantam, even more difficult to handle are our youth. When they get into teenage, you know how difficult it is to deal with teenage children. So with them also you pray that not only my relationship be good with them, but also they let them be protected from Runaroga Adi Daridra, Papakshara Pamratyavaha, Bhayashoka Manastapa, Nashyantu Tava Sarvada, if you want to pray for them, Nashyantu Mama Sarvada, if you want to pray for yourself. Then the Ukshantam is a very special Vedic word. It means our youth who are capable of reproduction, because they are all virile, healthy, and then those who are capable of giving birth to children. So we want them to be very happy, very healthy, because if only they are mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually happy, will they be able to give birth to worthy children? And therefore we have to pray for all our children who are in the procreative age. So those children who are in that age are called Ukshantam. Let them be strong, let them be worthy, let them get noble progeny. Then the next word is Naha Ukshitam. Ukshitam means those who are in the womb. Who are Ukshitam means the fetus in the womb of everybody in my relationship. That womb be protected. Ma Ririshaha. Do not afflict them. So you know how anxious and eager the whole family will be when a child is pregnant in your family, because you want the child to be safe, you want the child to grow well, you want it to be happy, there should be a timely delivery, the mother and the child should be comfortable. So for all those reasons, this mantra also can be used. Naha Ukshitam, those who are in the womb. They are also our relatives. May they also be protected. See, in this context, many a carrying mother have sent me, asked me what kind of a prayer they can do, and the mothers of the pregnant girls have asked me. There is a very beautiful mantra called the Garbharaksha mantra. So this Garbharaksha mantra, both the pregnant girl and also their family, friends, everybody can do the japa. This Garbharaksha stotra goes like this. Raksha Raksha Mahadeva Bhaktanugraha Karaka Pakshivahana Govinda Sapatyam Raksha Garbhinim. So the meaning is Raksha Raksha Mahadeva, O Lord Mahadeva, protect. How can you protect? Because you are Bhakta Anugraha Karaka. You are the one who protects all devotees. Pakshivahana Govinda. That Govinda, Vishnu, who is riding the Garuda, and then Sa Apatyam, with the child in the womb, Raksha Garbhinim. Please protect the pregnant woman. So like that there is a Garbharaksha blessing. So that is why to protect the child in the womb, we pray to Rudra using this mantra, Mano Mahanta Matamano, and we also use the Garbharaksha mantra for the safety. So you may recall the beautiful story of Krishna, how he protected Parikshit. So what happened was Drona had died, and this is from the Mahabharata. Drona had died. His son Ashwathama was extremely wild, and Ashwathama, whenever he gets angry, he becomes irrational also. So immediately he decides, I am going to make sure that there will be no Pandavas at all. Not only there will be no Pandavas, also the Pandava lineage itself I am going to cut off. So he goes and then he is mistakenly, he kills all the sons of the Pandavas, and then he releases a Brahmastra. It's like an atom bomb. He releases a Brahmastra against Arjuna. But we know when Krishna is there, nothing can affect him. So therefore what happens is the Brahmastra returns to him. And Ashwathama did not know how to withdraw. See, not only you must know how to release a weapon, but you must also know how to actually arrest the weapon, stop it in time. He did not know how to do it. So what he does, that he diverts the Brahmastra to the womb of Uttara. Uttara had married Arjuna's son Abhimanyu, and Uttara was carrying a baby at that time who was to be Parikshit. So he releases the weapon, redirects the weapon to Uttara's womb. At that point of time, Krishna takes his mace and then stands with all his splendor and then protects the womb of Uttara. And that is one of the reasons why we use this mantra, Pakshivahana Govinda. And you also, I think in one of the classes I mentioned how Arjuna visualizes Rudra going with a splendor like 1,000 suns. He would have gone on and through the Kaurava army, and then he visualizes that everybody was dead, even though they were all actually alive and were fighting. Then Krishna explains to him, this is how I kill everybody even before they are killed. This is why even in Bhagavad Gita he says, I have already killed them. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. So this, he continues, therefore this stotra also protects the child in the womb. And then, Naha pitaram ma avadhihi. Uta mataram ma avadhihi. Do not slay my father, do not slay my mother. So here you must take father and mother as a class, not just your biological father, biological mother. So who are all the mothers and who are all the fathers? Father, brothers of your father, your elder brothers, and your guru. All of these are pitrus. Who are all your mothers, your actual biological mother, sisters of parents, and then elder sisters, and if you have a woman as your guru, that woman also becomes your mother. So this is the relationship of when you use father and mother as a class in the Vedic wisdom. Not only that, all of them we have prayed and worshipped. We have left one. Can you think who it is? We have left one person.
Ourselves.
Exactly. You have forgotten yourself. Therefore, the mantra ends with Naha Priya Tanuva Marerishaha. The most dearest relative of all is my own body. And this also has a subtext. What is the subtext? That you are not your body. Your body is only your relative. Because it is relative to you, isn't it? A body which is incidentally acquired is relative to your Atman. Not in the sense of a blood relation, it is in the sense of relativity. Because of cause and effect, you have acquired a body. So may this body also. So just think why the sage has chosen to talk about his own body in the very end of the mantra. That shows he looks at his body as important, but of lesser importance than every one of the relatives we talked about. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is not belittling your body, but at the same time you are saying, my body is there only for the sake of my serving all these relatives. My body is there only for the sake of praying for all these entities. And that is the essence of this very beautiful mantra. This is one of the reasons why, when we apply the religious marks, whether it is the vibhuti or whether it is the nama in the case of some sectarian, in the case of the mudra in certain sects, and when a woman actually applies the haldi onto her Mangal Sutra, all those in the area are in the area of the chest. So that is where the heart is. And therefore, whenever we apply the religious marks on our chest, we use this mantra. Mano mahantamtamano arbhakam mana ukshantamtamana ukshitam mano vadhev pitaram modamataram priyamanas tanuvo rudraririshaha. So that's the essence of this mantra. We'll continue in the next class.